By the end of this video, you will be able to define multimedia, describe students' current media habits and census data, consider why media should be used in K-12 classrooms, and describe the different learning theories and principles multimedia creation has for student learning. In today's technological world, creating, curating, and integrating media into classrooms for learning is easier than ever, but did you know there are research principles and practices for learning with multimedia? This video will explore what multimedia is and why we should use it in the classroom. So what is multimedia? Multimedia is the use of several media to present information. Media includes text, pictures, sounds, video, animation, and graphics. Before the pandemic, Common Sense Media conducted a census on media use for ages 0 to 8 and tweens and teens. Screen time is a hot topic in early elementary and preschool conversations. Common Sense Media found the average screen time for under 2 years old was 49 minutes, 2 to 4 years old, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and 5 to 8 years old, 3 hours and 5 minutes. During this screen time, you may think, what are children doing? For children's ages 0 to 8, most of the daily screen time was from TV video viewing, with 73% of the daily screen time being used to watch TV or videos. Gaming came in next at 16%. The other 11% of daily screen time included reading, homework, video chatting, and other activities. Common Sense Media wanted to know more about the platforms children were watching the TV videos. They found that 37% of the content was from online videos such as YouTube, 29% came from subscription services like Netflix and Hulu, 23% came from television, and 11% came from DVDs. At a larger level, this 73% of screen time of streaming media through TV video equates to averages of 36 minutes per day for children under 2, 1 hour and 51 minutes a day for 2 to 4-year-olds, and 2 hours and 15 minutes a day for 5 to 8-year-olds. Remember, this is an average, so there are children viewing less and more than this per day. And recall, this was conducted before the pandemic, so imagine what the numbers look like now. Let's move on to tweens and teens. From Common Sense Media, tweens are considered 8 to 12-year-olds and teens are considered 13 to 17-year-olds. In 2019, the census found tweens spent an average of 4 hours and 44 minutes and teens spent an average of 7 hours and 22 minutes on their screen, not including school or homework. The census found tweens in lower-income houses, which is less than $35,000 per year, were on their screens almost 2 hours more per day than tweens in higher-income houses, which is more than $100,000 per year. Some of this may not be news to you, but you may ask, what are tweens and teens doing on their screens that isn't school or homework? Similar to children 0 to 8 years old, the number one item is watching TV videos and number 2 is playing games. YouTube dominated the TV video watching, but please note, these tweens, ages 8 to 12, were not on YouTube Kids, but were on regular YouTube. As the children became older and moved into teens, notice how the percentages change with the social media increasing and gaming and TV videos decreasing. Again, this may not surprise you, so let's look at this from a larger level. At a larger level, for tweens, the 53% of screen time of streaming media through TV and video equates to an average of 2 hours and 31 minutes per day, and gaming equates to 1 hour and 28 minutes per day. For teens, their video and TV video screen time averages to 2 hours and 52 minutes per day, with gaming at 1 hour and 37 minutes per day, and social media at 1 hour and 11 minutes per day. Remember, this is an average, so there are children viewing less and more than this per day, and this is beyond screen time for homework and schoolwork. Also recall that this was conducted before the pandemic, so imagine what the numbers look like now. Since 2015, the time spent watching non-school homework online videos per day has greatly increased by almost double. This means in 2015, students were watching videos for almost half the time that they watch today. With the knowledge that students are plugged in most of the day and that their number one thing they're doing is watching TV media, some questions should come to mind. Questions such as, where are my students? What are they watching? Who is creating or funding this content? Are my academic resources meeting their audio and visual needs? How can I support their skills in navigating this online content? And what can I do to move them beyond consumers to creators? Should be coming to mind. Throughout this course, we will explore how to use multimedia for learning and student multimedia creation, answering the questions, how can multimedia be used for learning, and how can student multimedia creation support learning? Allowing students to create multimedia projects supports 21st century literacy skills, life skills, and learning with the 4 C's: collaboration, creation, communication, and critical thinking. Multimedia projects also support constructivism, where students pull apart the information and apply their learning through creation. Constructivism involves working with others, developing solutions to authentic problems, and applying previous knowledge to make connections with the content and the whole environment. Utilizing multimedia in your classroom and having students create multimedia projects hits each aspect of UDL, as multimedia supports multiple means of engagement, representation, and action and expression. Multimedia projects also allow students to focus on course content, present and represent information through a variety of media, and curate and communicate information through critical analysis, evaluation, and organization. With multimedia design, there are two aspects that need to be focused on: content and design. It is easy to get lost in the design and forget about the purpose of the product. We will first focus on content in our Module 1 forum. As we progress in this course, we will explore the theories and research behind creating and using multimedia for learning, and also explore media literacy principles, such as who is designing and funding content your students watch and you use in your classroom, and how you can support your students in being critical consumers of media.